income. I'm going to have to come up with jackets or shoes or something for the $1 Million Club because you snuck up on me. You just decided to do it this year. So I'm excited for the group and just what it's meaning because all of you got the right heart. I mean, we're out there changing lives. It is, first it's your life, but then you realize the responsibility of how many people look up to you. I really appreciate that. So I'd love for our number one moneymaker this year. Happens to be my daughter too. That's kind of cool. But I'd like Cammie and Nathan to come on up. Kind of surprised that $1 million speaker, huh?
It's pretty awesome.
Besides, I didn't tell you that the party's on you tonight, so thank you guys.
Cut off the beer tab. I'm really excited just because it's so interesting. Let you guys get inside of our heads a little bit. We were heading down the plane this weekend, and after you come to a lot of events, Nathan said to me when we were sitting here playing, "What's your most favorite thing about? What are you so excited about coming down?" And I said, "I'm not in charge." And just 'cause it's so nice to come and be a part and learn from each other and just. We're still on because we're still entertaining and enjoying each other's company. It's just different, when your team's not here, you don't feel like you have to be something for them to make sure that they're understanding things. So, interesting, our church just asked us to read this new book. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm so going to do that. I felt convicted that I love to read. For those of you that know me, I'm always reading 3, 4, 5 books at a time, plus listen to something on CD. So, I sat on the plane and I thought, and I usually bring like 3 or 4 things with me because it's one time I really get to read a lot. You know me, I have 3 little kids, so reading is very few and far between. So I said I'm going to bring one book because I said I was going to do this in 8 weeks. I really have no idea how this is going to happen because I'm reading this book and this book and this book. So get on the plane and decided, you know what, the book happens to be the New Testament in a different form. And I thought, you know what, he is the author of every bit of leadership. He is the wealthiest man in the world. He is the wisest man in the world. And I was like, this is all I'm going to read. I was like, for the next 8 weeks, I committed to reading this front to back, and this is all I'm going to read. And I sat down and opened it, and Nathan's like, what are you expecting for the Dash this year? And I was like, I don't know. I love being surprised. I'm so excited. And as I opened this, can I just tell you the things that jumped out at me? And I'm reading this, and Nathan was also reading it every 2 seconds. I was like, oh my gosh. Do you know what I just read? And he's like, what did you just read? By the 10th time I did that, he's like, trying to read too. But I just want to share a little bit of this with you because I had no idea that we were going to speak tonight. And they just sent us an email saying, would you just share a little bit?
You're going to tell that?
But as a leader, you always got to be ready, right? And so I was so excited. Nathan, could you hold this for me so I could? Okay. Couple things that were so encouraging to me, and I think if one of these things is encouraging to you, then I've done what I was supposed to do. First of all, so many of you really have no idea the influence. Do you know your team is watching you on Facebook all weekend long? Because they are literally, you are their superstar. And they're living vicariously through you this weekend, people that just missed it, or they're just coming in the company, and you're their, idol. And I think that's so cool. We have such influence. And for a lot of you, you flashed on that quote I put on there about if you want to be wise, you got to hang out with people that are wise. And I read this, and I was like, yes. This weekend, your eye is a lamp of your body, and when your eyes are healthy, your whole body is also full of light. But when they are unhealthy, your body is also full of darkness. So see to it then that the light within you is not darkness. Therefore, if your whole body is full of light, and no part of it is dark, it will be just as full as light as when the lamp shines light on you. And I thought, you guys are hanging out with light bulbs that are beaming all weekend long. And you don't have any of the negative naysayers at you. You don't have the people that are dragging you down, complaining about shipping, complaining about product, complaining about their checks, complaining about their party turnouts, whatever the case might be. We are with wise people all weekend long, so soak it up. People that hang out with wise people will be wise. The people in this room are going to breathe into your dreams. They're going to believe in you. They're going to encourage you. They're going to lift you up. They're going to teach you things. They're not going to hold things from you because it's only for them and their team. One team, one mission. We share the goods because we all want to be the top in the industry. So then number 2, I read this one.
Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies, yet not one of them is forgotten by God? Indeed, the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Do not be afraid. You are worth more than sparrows. And I just thought, do you guys know who you are in this room? And how special you are? And a lot of you are like, I'm not even sure I should be here. I'm not a leader. I do not have the power to do what I'm supposed to be doing right now. You are here for a purpose. And you have divinely been placed here. You are not in front of people because you are entitled. And if any of you have entitlement in this room, darn you, you're a servant leader. You are going to change people's lives through the way that you serve them, not the way that you make them follow you. And the people that get followed are the people that are serving first and washing each other's feet. And I really hope this weekend that you serve each other all weekend long. Sideline, downline, crossline, upline. Very important. Okay, I got a couple more. Are we okay?
We love you.
This is really important. And I think if I don't read this, the weekend might be doomed. Just kidding. Okay. He's glaring at me right now. No, I'm just kidding. Okay,
Can we wash your feet?
okay, so here is, so people again that you're questioning if you're supposed to be here, okay? One day Jesus was standing in the lake of Gethsemane, and the people were crowding around him listening to the word of God, and he saw that the water's edge 2 boats. He left them there by the fishermen who were there washing their nets, and he got in one of the boats, and the one belonging to Simon, and asked him to put out a little from shore. And then he sat down and taught the people from the boat. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into the deep water and let the nets for a catch." And Simon answered, "Master, we have worked all night and haven't caught anything. But because you say so, I'll let it down." And for those of you that know this story, they had the biggest catch they've ever had. And I just think, again, how many of you are questioning you're supposed to be here? Maybe your last several parties haven't been as good as what you're hearing other people's. Or maybe your check has not been as good as it was a couple months ago. Or maybe you haven't been sponsoring as many people. If God has brought you here, He will see you through it. And if He tells you to go out there and have a party, if He tells you to do what works, by golly, you better do it every day to the best of your ability with everything He's given you. Colossians 3:23, do everything as I'm working for the Lord, not men. That is not what your agenda, that is what is His agenda. So if you know without a shadow of a doubt you are supposed to be in this business, then it is your job to put everything that God has given you into this business. And in balance, I'm not saying don't sleep, don't eat, just take breaks, which it does work. Some of us have tried that for short periods of time. But I just want you to know how divinely intentional you are supposed to be here. Okay. I wanted you guys just to remember that as you go through this weekend, fill your dream tank. Talk to each other about your dreams. One of the coolest things Mike did at the latest One Team One Mission is he said, talk to the person next to you. And he said, tell them what your biggest dreams are. Tell them what are you dreaming about? And I thought, that's so cool because I often say, hey, what are you dreaming? Make sure you're dreaming, redreaming. Denise is really good at redreaming. But nobody's really ever asked me that. And so when he said that, I had to turn and say what I was going to redream. And so we're dream builders. This weekend, dream build with each other. What do you want? What do you think God wants for you? What is your passion? Carla Burns, if you guys don't know, she sent me a text. She said, what if I do a email all about or a website all about product? You think that would just be a waste of my time? I said, no, that's what God made you to be. You love product, and if you're not talking about product, that's not who you are. She goes, no, and then I feel like I'm wasting away and I'm not doing what I was put here on this earth to do. So dream with each other this weekend. Encourage each other in those dreams. Because like Denise said, we are dream builders and we're dreamcasters. And here's another little story. Again, if He brought you to this place, and how many of you have had some product shortage issues? Anybody? Anybody had some shipping issues? Mark and Pam, have you had some negative emails? Never, not ever. And He just said to His disciples, let us go to the other side of the lake. So they got a boat and set out, and as they sailed, He fell asleep. And a big storm came down on the lake, and the boat was being swamped, and they were in great danger. The disciples went and woke Him up, saying, Master, Master, we're going to drown. And He got up and rebuked the wind and the raging waters, and the storm subsided, and all was calm. And he looked at them and he said, where is your faith? And I am sure some of you were like, you know, I'm sure it gets caught up. Everybody calls you, it's like your customer service, I get that. But I totally get it, because when you guys don't have an answer, then you call me. And then I call Pam. And I'm like, Pam, I don't have an answer, what do you want me to tell them? No, but you know, what I'm saying is, Mark and Pam don't want product shortage, guys. This is their living too. But I can't tell you why that happened. I can't tell you why the spiritual attacks come sometime, but I can tell you this. If you know that you're supposed to be in this business, then you're going to weather the storm. You have to have faith that this is where you're supposed to be. When I was in this company 6 years ago, folks, there was no catalog, and I can believe that Melody and Rusty have better stories than I do, like walking uphill both ways in snowstorms. But we didn't even have a catalog at all. And I'm just telling you that you have something so special, and I can't tell you why the bad things happen when they happen, but I know that if you believe that God is sovereign, and you know that He put you here for a reason, then you have to absolutely believe with everything in you that this is a storm that He will walk you through. And you just need to call on His strength to get you through it. All right, a couple more little quick things. All right, he's telling me real quick. You know, I have more, so if you want to see it later. But this weekend is for you. This is a weekend that you get to let them love on you and love on us and get filled up. So you go out and fill up, your cup runneth over to your team. And remember, conferences for our team. Conferences where they come in and we serve them and we work for them and we get to give them their Dash Dream experience. So when you soak it in all week long, let the love be lavished all over you this weekend, and then make sure when you leave here that you make it all about them and get them to conference, because again, you are not in a position of entitlement. You are in a position of responsibility, and it is our responsibility when they don't understand what they don't know to help them believe and see what they need, even when they don't know that's what they need. So, thank you so much for the microphone, and we're just really excited.
Two quick things for me. Any Spider-Man fans out there? Any Spider-Man? The first good one, the first good Spider-Man movie? Big quote from that movie was, with great power comes great responsibility. And in our context, I think with great deals of amount of money comes great responsibility. Cammie touched on it. Your families are watching you. Your downlines are watching you. Your communities are watching you. And I just think that's a great amount of responsibility. And if you don't understand how much money is coming your way, you just need to understand the room that you're in, the direction this company is going, to be able to bump elbows with the people that are in this room. What a blessing, okay? When this company tips, it's going to be because of your organizations that make it tip. And that's going to be a financial blessing that you can't wrap your head around. With great deal of amount of money comes great responsibility. The second thing is, I think that new money can change the world.
Yes.
I don't think there's a lot of trust fund babies in here. I consider myself new money. My kids will be second generation. I think that's still going to be new money. But new money is the type of responsibility. You can change your state. You can change your country. New money is the type of thing that can change a culture. So take a hold of that responsibility. Take it part of your mission within It Works. Be an agent of positive change.
All right, we got two rebuttals. One, the reason there was product shortage and hassles is called 600% growth. So, well done. And Nathan, just so you know, your grandkids are going to be third generation because, all right. Hey, you guys, we got a good hour tomorrow.